Hey guys, welcome back to my Buried Stars playthrough. How are you guys doing today? Yeah. So, I've been messing around with Streamlabs a bit. Doesn't seem too many issues when I'm playing Buried Stars, probably because it's just a visual novel. But, I looked up some stuff, and I think I figured out most of it. Oh. Let me move my camera, because it's gonna be in the way of most of the text that... Yeah, something like that. Okay. But yeah, last time, I think we just found the producer's body. Sorry, names and everything. And we did all the Fanter. Fanter? I saw a comment saying like how it's not pronounced Fanter. Yeah, Fater? That just sounds weird. Like, why isn't there an N there? Like fan as in like fans and Twitter? Fanter? That is weird. How it's like, I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced without it sounding weird. Fater. Fater? I like Fanter better, honestly. Fatterstern. Okay, let's just jump right into it and go to our best boy. We can never go wrong talking to Gyosha. Let's talk about her head. The largest wound was on top of her head. She might still be alive if not for that one. The two let out a sigh while staring at the floor. I thought she would still be alive until I saw her like that. But it was stupid of me to think that without any reason. Because she was always in control of all situations. I guess so, but it was different this time around. Nobody could have taken control of this situation. We were all swept away. Who could have imagined that an incident like this would happen? What if she was still alive? What if she took control and led us until the rescue team arrives? I'm not too sure about that. Sung-young was always used to controlling others, but if she ran into a situation that cannot be controlled, she would have broken down. I can't even imagine her like that. Okay. So she's a control freak, but she's not flexible with that kind of stuff. She'd probably freak out about this situation then. Okay, trying to see more of her character that way. We would still be in a chaotic situation, just in a different way. Okay. And then Sung-yeon's body. She barely had any wounds on her body. Most of her wounds were focused around her hands, head, and legs. That's why I thought she was just unconscious when I first saw her. But when I looked closely, that wasn't the case. Do-yoon drooped his head. It was unfortunate for her. If the debris missed, she would have... Do-yoon, think about it. If her entire body was buried, we wouldn't even have found her. Kyo-yu hesitated, pondering on what to say. Don't think too much about it. It's already happened. And then her legs.
아니었어.
The steel frames were too heavy to move.
나는
I thought the three of us would have been enough.
아무래도
The frames might have been supporting something else. If that was the case, trying to move it could have led to
그래.
a further collapse. But it feels awful just to leave her like that. Perhaps we can free her if all of us try together. Ooh!
도윤아,
Do-yoon, we have no choice.
무리야.
We're also stuck in here and the rescue team told us to leave the sites alone. It makes sense. Don't mess around with stuff you don't know. You could just cause something like a bigger collapse like you mentioned before. Do-yoon sighed while staring at the side of the stage.
무리하지 마.
Trying to remove something from the wreckage can be very dangerous. The rest of us are barely holding it together. Let's just focus on the fact that we're safe for now. He seems pretty neutral about Jung-sung's troublemaker thing. Let's do that. See if we can, like, recover from that drop we just got. What do you think about it? He remained ambiguous by describing it as a little accident. I think he was trying to side with him. Okay, back
맞아.
up. Right, if he wanted to offend him, he wouldn't have said he wasn't ill-intentioned. But how? Kyo-hyo quickly glanced at Jung-sung.
어떻게?
But how did he end up causing a serious accident? His criminal record indicates something not negligible really happened.
글쎄.
Well, he's being awfully quiet about it. Because it would be pointless to talk about it. Or maybe he just wanted to leave it ambiguous. Ooh, cover-ups? Cover-ups over cover-ups? Okay. Let's talk to Inha now. I don't want to talk to her about the body. I feel like that would just make her upset. Like, no one wants to hear about a dead body. She seems pretty neutral for the casualty reports. If the casualty... reports, rumors. If this works out, I'll try the bodies, since they're the same, the expression.
Yeah.
Even if they're making stuff up, the timing was impeccable.
알잖아.
There were a lot of people talking out of their asses. It's probably just a rumor floating around the internet.
볼 것도 없어.
It's 100% fake. Seeing how the post said something about rescue delays,
아니야?
if there is a casualty, they would rush the rescue instead of delaying it.
하여튼
I just hope no one seriously believes in that post. Although it might be too late already.
그거야.
If there was a proper source, it would have been on the news. They wouldn't be saying things like, "A friend of my friend said." Inha crinkly shook her watch. I don't want to check it, but I just can't help it. All those posts I ignored before feels a bit serious now.
저기
It helps just to completely get off the internet. Can you do that? I just can't help but checking and reading these posts. Let's see. That just went down. Went up and up. Talk about Sung Yeong. Enthusiastic but dogmatic. Did one of her staff really unleash this rumor? Well, it was pretty open to the public.
그러니까
I guess, although everyone praised her about it, when she was doing well.
그렇잖아?
But now that the situation has changed, that person immediately turned against her. Inha raised her head after mumbling. I'm not trying to side with anyone, but
그렇다니까.
it's ridiculous to see this spineless prick suddenly turn around and stab her in the back like this.
그럼
We're not even sure if the original poster actually worked with her.
그게 아니면
If not, that's ridiculous in itself as well. It means the person's just seeking attention by using the situation. They should put all of them in prison. But it's kind of funny that I'm the one saying this.
어?
What's so funny about you saying that? Well, you know, I'm kind of known for being chill. Joe... Yeah, let's talk to Ju-young. About his past as a troublemaker.
어,
There's a time difference.
그래요.
He got along fine in the beginning.
그러니까
He enjoyed attention, and he was always cheerful. That had been said is not so different from what they are saying now.
그게
There was an abrupt change somewhere in the middle of the show. I think he was intentionally verbally aggressive. Jo-young paused for a moment, touching her cheek with her finger.
모르겠어.
I don't know. Maybe time changed him. He's still too young for that, but... Oh, that went up.
어,
That makes sense.
그럴까?
What do you think happened during the high school days? Or maybe Jung-sung we see now is his true personality. Ooh. Let's talk about her hand.
그러고 보니
You said there was a wound on her hand?
맞아요.
It was on the back of her hand. Almost missed it at first. I see. What about her palm?
그게
Nothing serious there.
그런가?
Did she get hurt while trying to protect herself from the debris? Jo-young sighed after a brief pause.
만약에
If we had found her earlier...
글쎄요.
If doesn't mean anything at this point. We've been through so much.
알아.
I know.
그치만
I know you were thinking the same thing. You've probably considered other scenarios where she didn't have to leave us like this. Let's talk to Seal. I knew words would get out.
너무 나갔어요.
I guess some people will get arrested for taking bribes.
그럼
You knew about this?
사실은
It's illegal to change the building structure without reporting it. Even if it was Sung Gi-young's orders, things would have turned out differently if everyone had opposed it.
근데 그게
But the executives that had the meeting with the construction companies gave their consent. They must have made a deal with the construction companies.
그렇죠.
Right, because they were getting something out of this deal. There was corruption involved regarding changes to the buildings. You could have objected more forcefully, or you should have reported it. I don't know! I don't know which one will trigger him! Because they both sound really similar. I'm gonna do it friendly, because this seems really forceful. This seems more friendly. Couldn't you have objected more forcefully?
있잖아.
You couldn't keep up your opposition to it? Was the executive decision Was the executive's decision absolutely final? Ooh,
형까지
you've seen it all along. If Sung Gi-young and the executives made a decision, it would have been carried out no matter what.
그게
I did notice that.
알잖아.
I've experienced ever since I joined the show.
그런
There's nothing else to say about it. We're just staff members. We had no choice but to obey orders.
아시겠어요?
We were the ones who had to make things happen once a decision was made. Seal let out a sigh while staring off somewhere in the distance. The number of seats, lights, walls were changed to suit her taste. I can't even remember the details. I hope the rescue team doesn't get confused when they arrive.
아무래도요.
I'm sure someone told them about the differences. If not, the construction company might have taken the blame. I just hope the rescue team is able to find their way in here. Like, I don't know what I could have done. They both sound super forceful. I feel like either way would have made him more upset. Troublemaker. This might be a landmine, but here it is. We don't know if he's really a school friend.
그럴까?
That's what the post says.
그거야.
Anyone can claim anything on Potter, whether true or not. He could be a school friend if you look at it in a positive way, but at the end of the day, they're all the same, right?
어?
What does that even mean?
한마디로
He's a punk, since he's a friend of a punk.
그래?
Then why would you cover for him, even writing a comment to support him? Ah, God.
말하자면
He acted like Jung-sung's blood brother, while Jung-sung became popular. He's just denying it because he's been in a downturn ever since the scandal. I'm not one of them. No, it's just self-defense. Casualty rumors.
이제 알겠어요.
I think I know where the rumor came from.
그거 있잖아.
Do you think it was one of the B-Star staff?
네.
Yes, I'm certain. They are the only people that know the situation down here. How did it spread on fodder? In my opinion, Seal adjusted his glasses. Wait. Adjusted his glasses? He adjusted his glasses. Sorry.
말하자면
They must have responded to the accident, and word started spreading. And before you know it, some of the info got leaked.
그 말은
But it's too soon to make an official statement. So it began to spread on fodder as a rumor.
아무래도
That sounds about right. Okay.
그거야.
It's not like you need a big imagination to think of this. This audition usually has similar flow to it. Okay, let's talk to Jung-sung. Sung-young's legs. Her legs were stuck.
그랬었지.
She couldn't even move. Yeah. This might sound weird, but I hope she died instantly from the debris, so that she wouldn't have had to suffer. Jung-sung. It's probably like you said. Let's not mention the torn pants. Yeah, let's comfort him and everything.
그런 것 같아.
I think what you said makes sense. Oh, what? Do-yoon, I have eyes. The tips of her pants were under the steel frame were damaged. Damn it! Nothing I say ever goes right in this game. Like, oh my god.
그렇다니까?
She obviously tried to free herself for a while. Dude, I was just trying to make you feel better, okay? Why did you mention that you hope she died peacefully and quickly if you know she struggled? God.
저기
I'm sorry. I didn't think it was a good idea to tell you.
아니라고.
Don't bother to care about me. It's not like I care about the others either. Oh yes, Tasso, you saw it? It's like, what can I do? He obviously said it. That was literally a bait. That was obviously a bait. Like, it told me, like, I hope she died quickly and without pain. And so I'm like, let's try to ease him into that kind of mindset. And it's like, no, I actually knew it all along, you idiot. Why are you trying to why are you trying to coddle me and all that? I'm just like, bait! Why? He doesn't like it when people care about him. Well, he doesn't like it when people are assholes to him either. He's just an angry boy. Yeah, he's honest, I get that. But like, that was a bait. That was literally a bait. Okay, I'm gonna move on from this. But that was a total bait. When I saw Sung Young, I felt like my head was going blank for a moment. But I'll have to get my head straight from now on. Get my head straight. You know whose head wasn't straight? Sung Young's. Ha! Immovable. She couldn't free her legs from the steel frame on her own. The tear marks on her pants indicate that she was awake immediately after becoming trapped. Data delivered. I don't think there's a proper footage. All the security cameras were placed randomly too.
그래도
But there were cameras shooting the main stage. I'm guessing they still have footage until the building collapsed. What about after the collapse? I bet they would have been pointed at the floor. Jung-sung stared at the other side of the collapse site. They all looked broken anyway. Let's just think about our survival, or we should secure some evidence here. You know what? This boy's fucking risking things, posting on social media while we're in the situation. Yeah, let's get some evidence. Let's get some evidence.
그러면
Shouldn't we preserve something, like photos of the collapse site? The rescue team will come in and see for themselves. Why would you want to take photos of this godforsaken place?
혹시
They might need some evidence for their investigation.
어?
I didn't know you were the type to plan out your future.
생각해봐.
Just look at us. Oh my god!
아니라고.
What are we, investigators? We're accident survivors. Jung-sung shook his watch.
그래서 뭐?
If you're suggesting I take photos with this, I refuse. And it would suck to get my watch confiscated for evidence.
그래도
But if they ask for it... Well, in that case, I would have to give it up. But hopefully it'll be okay to delete my personal photos first.
괜찮아?
Are you okay with deleting them? I can just look at the backup photos from the cloud. Backup highlighted. That seems important. I still have access even if I delete them from the watch. I really can't relate with someone who's not using the newest model. Look at you, fucking rip. Using that old iPhone? I got the iPhone 50. What do you have? What, the 4? Peasant, get on my level. I smell broke. That's what I hear from this guy. He's like, I smell broke. It's like Russian roulette. No, Russian roulette, you have a better chance of not being shot in the head. This guy's just like playing Russian roulette, but with 5 of the chambers filled up. Ooh, he angry. Let's not do that. Well, I think...
아, 참.
Good grief.
그랬어.
He claims to be your middle school buddy.
알아.
Yeah, I'm sure.
어?
Even when the post was the only thing you could see?
그렇다니까.
The montage matches. Jung-sung kicked the floor. He caused some trouble, but he wasn't ill-intentioned. But it was quite popular. I was quite popular until I was in middle school. I see.
아니라고.
Are you having odd thoughts again because the part where I used to be a troublemaker?
아니야.
I wasn't thinking about anything.
그래.
Well, okay. You know, there's always that mischievous kid in every classroom.
그렇지.
It was the same for me. Childhood. He was a troublemaker in middle school, but he had many friends because he didn't mean to harm anyone. He was just a joker that you see in every class. Class clown everywhere. But clowning around, man. You can't clown too much or else you just piss people off. Until I went to high school. Ooh, something happened in high school. You seem sad about the body. Okay, let's see if we can make up just a little bit. Her body was relatively unscathed at least. If the debris had fallen just slightly away from her, she wouldn't have ended up like this. Yeah, it's such a pity. This is so cool. Sung-young poured her heart into this show. Hyu-sung gulped, overwhelmed with sadness. It's not fair!
저기
Jung-sung,
알아.
I know. It'll just agitate me to continue thinking about this. But if you think about it, we're in the same situation as her. Buried. Buried stars, just like our show.
저기 그게
I still thought that Sung-young would be alive. I had no justification for it, but I just wanted to believe in her. You and me both. Why was I so sure that she'd be alive? Because she was always there. Because we thought she would lead us toward the image she had created for us. Sad boy. Sad, sad boy. And her hand. Sung-young also had a wound on her hand.
혹시
Do you think she tried to block it?
어?
What else? What are you, an idiot? Obviously she tried to block it. Just thinking about it makes my heart ache. Jung-sung clenched his shirt near the chest. It must have been so painful.
괜찮아?
Are you okay, Jung-sung? No. Do I look okay for you? What are you, an idiot? Baka? Frankly, I don't know why I said I help you with the inspection. I shouldn't have looked. Bossy. He seems ready to defend. Let's do it. How can someone backstab her during a time like this? They all kept their mouth shut before.
그래.
It certainly doesn't seem right to bring this up right now. But it was the only a matter of time before this blew up.
알잖아.
Anyone who had worked before knew about it.
그래.
Yeah, they all had it easy back then. Bossy or not, they only stayed quiet because she was doing so well.
그래서 뭐?
Nothing has changed. I bet they thought they can get something out of this by bringing up this issue. Or they're planning on putting the blame on her if someone has to take responsibility for this mess. Jung-sung crossed his arms and huffed.
그건
Nobody knows about Sung-young yet. If people find out about it, that person could face strong headwinds. If that's the case, I hope they face the storm. And get completely blown away. Casualty rumors. He seems sad in this. Sad boy. Let's see if we can comfort him.
얼씨구.
Look how they're making shit up. Russian roulette. You know what? At this point, it's just a Russian roulette, but with an automatic, not a revolver. Why don't they just say that we all died?
그게
It's probably just speculation coming from Sung-young being missing from the survivors list.
그래서 뭐?
Maybe, or maybe not. I heard there are bystanders and reporters everywhere at the site. Did we tell the rescue team about Sung-young earlier?
그렇다니까?
A reporter might have sniffed something out from that call. But the fodder post seemed like wild speculation.
알겠어?
That's what all fodder posts look like. They're all trying to make the best out of only one small piece of bait. To take the bait or not is up to the reader. Maybe they're getting information from somewhere. Trust me on this one. Oh! He's yellow smiley face now. We're like extreme bros. We're like this. We're like this now. Nothing can break us apart. Collusion.
역시
I knew that the show was proceeding too smoothly. But I guess there was a backdoor deal.
그럴까?
I hope everyone who's involved in this gets what they deserve.
솔직히
Altering even the field pillars completely changes the amount of load the building can hold. Can we even measure the extent of the problem?
글쎄.
It's definitely not something we can measure. Ju-hyuk stared at the collapsed audience seats.
그럴지도.
Maybe it's just one of the rumors on fodder. One sec. But it's hard just to dismiss this as a hoax. The stage did collapse after all.
그래.
Yes, and a person died because of it. We can't just let this slide. Bossy.
솔직히
It's no surprise. She was enthusiastic about her work, but demanding as well. Fodder. Totally not Twitter. I had a comment telling me about how it's like not pronounced with an N because I kept saying Fonter in the last video. Because you would think so, like Fanter, Fonter, because like fan as in like a fan Twitter, like that just makes sense. Like that's why my head automatically went to Fanter instead of fodder, because fodder sounds weird. Like honestly, it does sound very weird.
그랬었지.
But since she produced good ratings, the executives left her alone,
그럴 거야.
and her staff took care of all the dirty work. There's no denying that she was successful up to this point. We're saying she was demanding, but perhaps it was one of her leadership qualities.
결국
But the key here is that we're suffering from the consequences of her actions. You call it fader? Fater? I guess that's another one, too. Oh, that's how the Korean VA says, ah, fuck. I can't even speak English, I don't know why I'm trying to do this. But yeah, that's how the Korean voice actors say it too. I'll try to listen out for it. And this disaster ended up hurting her as well. Sad boy. She crossed the line. I wonder what the executives will say this time.
아무래도
They'll probably try to conceal as much as possible, then blame everything on Sung-gi-young. It's sad that I can't argue with that statement. Casualty rumors.
뭐랄까.
They're right about the casualty. But it's got nothing to do with the rescue being delayed.
아닐 거야.
I don't think they have very credible source. They'll probably second guess it from scraping all sorts of rumors.
아무래도
It's only added confusion to the situation.
대체
What's exactly going on out there? I get it's hard to manage the fader posts. Although, it would be nice if they could.
나도
I don't think they can do that either. These two quietly looked at each other. You know, we looked in each other's eyes, quietly, when we're alone, just staring into each other's eyes. I hope people aren't swayed.
어?
Are you talking about people outside or us? I meant both, of course. Sung Yi-young's hand. She had a wound on her hand as well.
그랬지.
It was on the back of her hand. Although it wasn't anything serious. Do-young nodded.
대체
But why the back of her hand? She was either scratched or hit by something.
글쎄.
Well, It didn't have the courage to think that far.
그건
Same here. The two of them fell silent for a moment.
그건
The debris must have poured down when it collapsed. That's when she probably got hurt.
있잖아.
Don't worry about it, what I said earlier. I just blurted out because something just felt off.
그렇지.
Yeah, I know. You should try to shake off what you saw back there as well. You should be careful not to break down as well. You know what? We might as well just close everything out.
혹시
Is there anything useful? There were several cameras shooting the stage,
글쎄.
but I'm not sure if we can recover any footage from it since they're all damaged. Most of the security cameras are broken too. The two looked around the stage. All of the security cameras were either broken or missing from the collapse. There weren't any security cameras shooting the stage in the first place.
그랬지.
Most of them were installed near the seats and hallways.
맞아.
And there weren't any cameras in the backstage either.
그랬어.
Considering the size of the building, it always felt like there weren't enough security cameras. Not enough security cameras, huh? Shoddy building? Not enough security cameras? Pretty strange things. Oh, Zargo finished the game too yesterday? I'm gonna probably be a lot slower than the other guys.
그러니까
Plus, most of the cameras were turned off. They had to reroute the wires while changing the structure. You're right, then all the footage are probably terrible. We can think about it once we get out of here. Let's talk to Inha about her legs.
그거는
You said the ends of her pants were damaged. That means she was conscious until she got hit on the head, right?
어쨌든
I think it's a sign that she was trying to get out of there.
그래.
However, she failed and lost her life. Inha quietly shook her head.
혹시
Can't we move the still frame? Did they ask us to preserve the site?
아니었어.
Jung-sung and I tried to do that, but it was too heavy.
알잖아.
It was placed there by the crane, so I don't think we can do anything about it.
그러면
If the three of you failed, she had no chance by herself. How could she end up like this? I never wanted this for her. I mean, sure, she was a Karen. Sure, she was a big bitch and all. But like, I never wanted her to die or anything. Debris. They found a large piece of concrete with blood near her head. Okay.
그게
I saw it too, the chunk of debris. Really? I thought I told you to stay back.
그거는
I did stay behind.
그래도
But how could I not see that? Inha stroked her forearms with both hands. At first, I thought it was a dark rock.
어쨌든
But you know, it was rather dark because of the flickering lights. Actually, it wasn't just dark.
그래.
Yes, it was blood. Once I realized that, I had goosebumps all over my body. Inha seemed to be catching her breath. We just lucked out, but she didn't. It was probably a coin flip for all of us. Crowded sight. Neither of these look like it'd be good to talk to her about. She seems very upset talking about it. Data delivered. Videos or photos and all that. The people outside will only get to hear about what happened in here through testimonies.
그러면
What about the cameras? I know they're sloppy, but
볼 것도 없어.
I don't think the security cameras were working even before the collapse. Remember when I got that letter from the stalker? I asked the staff to check the security cameras for any footage just in case.
그래?
You did? And what did they say?
그게
They told me that the cameras were all fake.
응?
What? Okay. It's not even that there weren't enough, they just weren't even real. Okay then. That is major sus.
그러니까
Those cameras didn't even work. This entire place was half-assed when they built it.
말하자면
All of the power cables were rerouted elsewhere and the rest of the stuff were put up for show. Pretty serious, huh? No wonder the stage collapsed. I would like to talk to the manager of this, stage. Everything is garbage. But nah, she's under rubble right now, so whatever. Troublemaker.
말이 돼?
He wasn't ill-intended? I think he was pretty hostile to me.
그게
Because you said it's from middle school.
그렇다니까.
That was great implication for us.
Hmm?
What does that even mean?
예를 들어
Most kids are nice when they're young, but eventually some turn into assholes when they grow up. And some kids are just assholes when they're little too. Nothing to do about it. Inha turned her head and pouted.
들어봐봐.
Do you really know the truth behind the so-called minor accidents? Minor accidents. Free lunch. Could have said it either way.
Huh?
Oh, you were being sarcastic to begin with. Okay.
그렇지.
Of course! Once I fall into panic due to his trick, he'll stab me right in the back.
말하자면
Hitting with a few jabs, so-called minor incidents. I want to talk to the manager. The manager is dead. Oh. Let me talk to the district manager now. Oh wait, the district manager is in chemo? The president! Let me talk to the president of the company. Let's talk to Ju-young. I feel like we can get more with her, but with Seal and Jung-sung, I think we're just gonna make them angry. Casualty rumor.
그런가?
They're probably second-guessing after hearing about the missing person. But we're the ones who are aware of what's happening in there. We
저기
did kind of tell the people outside.
아니야.
But it couldn't have leaked this fast.
그게
I also think what they say on Vader is simply guesswork.
만약에
If the police or rescue team releases a statement at this point, the first person who brought it up will be treated as a prophet. Yep. Treated as a prophet. You know, just like the Simpsons, they should just be Simpsons writers because they can predict everything.
그럴지도.
Either that or they'll get their account deleted for getting flamed to the oblivion. The opinions will vary after they make an official statement. Ju-young nodded after a brief pause.
맞아.
You're probably right. The exact words can either be praised or forsaken by the crowd. Anyways, I just don't like the fact that people are gossiping outside the official channel. I think we can talk about everything but the debris.
확실히
Considering how she was in the middle of the collapse, her body was clean. And there weren't any large debris either.
그건
I took a closer look at that area. The debris were actually under and around her body.
그렇구나.
I see! So there were pieces of debris after all. The two fell silent for a moment.
아마
We wouldn't have found her if she was completely buried.
네.
We already reported about her. The rescue team will take a good care of her. Okay, up. Ju-young quietly nodded. If she was reported missing, her family would have been even sadder. It's had the same expression, so I think we can risk it.
그러고 보니
I heard that the ends of her pants were torn.
그게
That's where her legs got stuck under the steel frame.
그럴까?
You think she was awake even after the steel frame came down? Ju-young covered her pale face with the palms of her hands.
괜찮아요?
You okay, Ju-young? Nobody knows when Su-young died. We can only guess.
혹시
She must have been lonely. I wish she wasn't alone when she died.
도윤아
Do-young, what's with that look on your face? She might not have been alone if my theory was correct from last stream. Oh, it's just...
저기
I thought you were on bad terms with her. You should know by now.
아니야.
Just because I didn't like her, doesn't mean I wanted her to end up like this. We had some rough exchanges only because we knew we'd continue to see each other. Collusion.
역시
I was wondering why things were moving so fast.
결국
So there was an exchange of money after all.
그럴지도.
They had their reason to overlook some of the controversial issues.
그런가?
That means they took the bribe without realizing it. You think that's possible?
맞아요.
Seeing how someone testified, it wasn't a complete secret.
일단은
It's not like the minor staffs got anything out of this.
아마도
The money probably went to the higher ups in the company. How high?
왜일까?
How high to get permission to carry out this ugly construction without any objections?
그건
We'll find out once they investigate everything. Yeah, even I'm getting curious. Data delivered.
도대체
We even inspected her body because they asked us to.
아니야.
It seems insensitive for them to ask us for more.
아마도
I'm just saying it's a possibility. They haven't asked us for more at this point.
그래.
Yeah, they probably don't even know what they're talking about, right? To be honest, I'm not really sure.
그럴까?
They are asking us to prepare and submit things. I don't think they're aware of our situation. Just holding ourselves together is a challenge for us. Jung-sung glanced at the audience area with a worried look on her face. I'm sure everyone feels the same. If they make an excessive demand again, maybe we should refuse it. I think we can do this with him. Sung Yeon's head.
그게요.
I could tell without even looking closely.
괜찮아?
Are you okay? You're sweating a lot.
네?
Me? Seal swiped the sweat under his chin with his sleeve.
그런 편이죠.
It's a bit hot in here, that's all.
저기
You don't need to force yourself to remember it. Oh!
네.
He was actually happy about it. Like we were worried about him and he actually went up. That's actually surprising in this game. Yeah, okay. It's not like I can get it out of my head anyway. Seal shook his head with a worried look on his face. I better pull myself together, especially in a situation like this. The body.
아무래도요.
When I looked from the back, I didn't see any wounds on her body.
그랬어.
Her body was intact.
만에 하나.
If she could have moved, she could have tried to dodge it somehow. Seal stared at the other side of the stage with somber eyes. We wouldn't have found her if she was buried under the wreckage.
네.
Yeah, we were able to find her because she was in that state.
근데
But-
그게
It would be awful to say it was fortunate for us to recover her corpse. Do-young didn't know what to say. I'm not suggesting anyone said that. Who would even think like that? And her hand?
저
You said there was a wound on her hand too, right?
맞아.
I didn't notice at first, but when I looked closely, the back of her hand,
혹시나
was it bad?
아니었어.
I wouldn't call it a scratch. Do-young gulped at the horrible memory.
도윤이 형
Are you okay? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked.
괜찮아.
No, it's okay. I can understand how hard it must have been for you.
인정해요.
I couldn't go anywhere near.
아니야.
We didn't need everyone to look. Going up. You're not criticizing me for backing away?
그거야.
Don't concern yourself about it. We'll just handle what each of us can. Oh! Oh! Double up?
네.
I think that's the most positive thing we've ever gotten from this guy. And this is the same expression, so I think we can talk about it.
말도 안 돼요.
We shouldn't worry about that right now.
그래.
Yeah, it'll only matter once we get out of here.
전혀요.
That place came down in an instant. I don't think anyone who would have recorded it. I wonder if anyone from the audience took footage of it. CEO briefly pondered and adjusted his glasses. I suppose someone could have been recording on their phone or something.
혹시
Do you think they'll need any info about what happened after the collapse? Ah, come on, we just got that. That's something we really can't do much about. I'm glad I don't have a camera on me.
어?
Why is that? Think about it. I'm the only staff here. They would have asked me to record everything that's happening here. He appreciates that we care. You know what? I'm gonna cut my losses. I don't think there's much else I can do here. Let's save quickly first. And keep going. Should I leave now and move on? Yes. Jung-sung? Angry at us? But everyone else? Pretty okay. We got pretty up there with everyone. Except our sanity. Our sanity also got worse, but who cares about us? I'm worried about my friends.
전화 다시 볼게. 잠깐만.
Ju-young fiddled with her watch.
저기 지금 와서 할 말인가 싶은데요.
I don't know if this is appropriate time to...
띠디님 안 옮겨도 되는 거겠죠?
나도 이게 할 말인가 싶긴 한데 조사를 해보랬지 옮기라곤 안 했던 것 같거든.
그러네요. 경찰 조사 받을 때 말 나올 수도 있고.
Yeah, he loves us because we're bros. We're like this now. We're blood brothers. Nothing can ever tear us apart now. Inha's eyes widen.
경찰? 조사? 왜? 사고잖아.
아니, 모든 기본적인 조사는 할 거잖아요.
A dead silence fell over them.
왜? 경찰 만나면 불편한 일이라도 있냐?
Ooh, pretty sassy there. If anyone wants to avoid police, it's you, right? You with your record.
너무 펄쩍 뛰어서 나까지 같이 뜰 뻔했네.
머리 복잡한데. 넌 또 뭐야?
나? 서혜성이지. 왜? 복잡하신 머리를 한층 더 꼬이게 만들었어?
Look at this smug boy here.
지도 벌벌 떨던 주제에 갑자기 센 척하네.
Oh, getting roasted.
우리 세일 FD 눈빛이 막 안경 뚫고 나오겠다.
전화 연결됐어. 조용히 해봐.
Yeah, shut up. Ju-young is talking. Everyone quiet. The queen is speaking.
꼴등은 말도 못해? 등수별로 한마디씩 할 수 있나?
Because I'm in last place? No. She's saying it because it's for the rescue to hear her talk. Like, that has nothing to do. Man, this guy is so insecure.
혜성아. 알겠어. 잠시 다물어 줄게.
Thank you. This is important shit, man. This ain't a joke. Ju-young continued her phone conversation.
그게 아니고요. 제가 직접 본 게 아니라서.
She seemed to have difficulty while trying to explain the situation.
직접 봤던 사람이 말해야 될 것 같아.
제가 할게요.
그래, 네가 해봐.
Stop fighting. Mom and Dad need to talk. Ji-young held her wrists up for Do-yoon. Do-yoon explained what he saw and heard through the phone.
끝났어요.
Ju-young lowered her wrist and shook it lightly.
말이 길었네. 누나 팔 아프게.
그 정도는 아니었어.
따로 더 할 말이라도 있었어?
말 나온 김에 수다 떤 건 아닐 테고.
Looks like we're having a little chit-chat with them. This is good thumbnail material. Good thumbnail. Let me hide my camera real quick. This is good picture. They're looking at us like we're human garbage. course, it wasn't a little chat.
좀 이상하다 싶은 데가 있어서.
이상해?
뭐 무슨 말이에요?
PD님은 머리에 콘크리트 잔해를 맞았어. 바로 찾았지. 그만한 크기의 피까지 묻은 건 하나뿐이었으니까.
Oh? Is he doing a theory like I think he's doing?
대충 봐도 치명상을 입혔을 거야.
그래. 주변에는 자잘한 잔해들뿐이었고.
다 아는 얘기잖아.
잠깐, 내 얘긴 지금부터야.
Yeah, shut up. Daddy's talking right now. Pick out inconsistent clues one by one. Only two. Pick out the inconsistent ones, huh? You like this thinking music? Yeah, the OST for this game is really good. I like it a lot too. The head injury is weird. Yeah. She was covering her hand. Yeah, I think this is the weird thing. How she was covering her head with her hands, but she still got a head injury.
잔해를 맞은 건 정수리였어.
The debris fell on top of her head.
바로 보일 정도로 큰 상처가 나 있었지.
고개 든 상태였을 거랬지. 전까진 의식 있으셨을 거야.
손등에 상처가 있었어. 손바닥은 깨끗했고.
잔해에서 머리를 감싸면서 찍혔고.
머리를 다치고 감쌌으면 손바닥에도 피가 묻었겠지.
순서상 머리를 맞기 전에 다쳤단 말이야?
그래, 머리를 가리는 건 의식이 있을 때 할 수 있는 일이야.
거기에 어떤 점이 이상해?
Oh, we got it. Arrange it in the right order.
무너져. 철골에 다리가 깔리면서 못 움직이게 돼. 몸부림치다 자잘한 잔해들이 떨어지고 몸 아래 깔려. 잔해에서 머리를 감싸다 손등을 다쳐. 머리를 들다 큰 잔해에 정수리를 맞고 치명상을 입어.
그런데?
이러면 큰 잔해가 2개 필요해요.
There should have been 2 large pieces, huh? Suspicious.
손등을 찍은 거랑 정수리에 떨어진 거. 우리가 본 그럴 만한 잔해는 하나뿐이었어요.
잔해가 튀어올라서 다시 맞았을 리는 없고.
Bounce back up like a fucking basketball.
머리를 맞고 감쌌으면 손바닥이 깨끗할 수가 없네.
머리는 치명상이야. 맞고 나면 감싸고 말고도 못한다고.
잔해는 하나인데 눈에 띄는 상처는 2개.
손등에 난 상처 스치거나 까진 건 아니고? 아니 잠깐. 니나야 왜? 전제가 틀렸을 수도 있잖아.
The whole premise is wrong.
손등에 난 상처 꼭 다리가 깔린 다음이라고 할 수 있어? 손등은 깔리기 전에 다친 거다? 들어봐봐. 무대가 무너지고 피디님이 머리를 감싼 채로 도망쳐. 그러다 다른 거에 맞고 손등에 상처가 난 거지.
그리곤 철골에 다리가 깔린 거면
빠져나가려고 머리를 들었다가 정수리에 큰 잔해를. 그러면 손등은 딴 데서 다친 거지. 이제 해명이 되네. 잔해가 하나인 것도 말이 되고.
Details of her death. The fatal injury to the top of her head. Her legs were caught under a steel frame, pinning her down. It's hard to tell if she died during the initial collapse.
근데 그게 달아나다 그랬다기엔 피디님 위치 거의 그대로라서요.
Ooh, that's throwing a wrench in your plans right there.
상처가 2개인 건 여전히 설명이 안 된다는 거야?
There was grave tensions among the survivors.
죄송해요. 저 때문에.
Jo-young took a step back. Maybe she got hurt while running away, as In-ha pointed out. No point in dwelling on these strange things when it was obviously an accident. I don't know. I don't trust like that. This wouldn't be a game if it was just an accident, okay? But yeah, he just said it. Seals saw her in the exact same spot where she's buried right now. So she obviously wasn't walking around.
길게 매달릴 것까지는 없었는데.
너무 고민하지 말자. 버티기 힘들어져.
결론까지 내는 건 우리 몫이 아닐 거야.
Do-young nodded. But the sense of doubt still lingered. Sung-young was remaining in the same spot. Seal's last remark revolved around his mind.
그렇다고 해도 조금만 더 일찍 발견했다면 어땠을까? 구할 수 있었을지도 모르잖아.
처음엔 무대를 돌아볼 만한 상황이 아니었잖아요.
There are more important things to be concerned about? Okay, I guess.
제가 깨어났을 때도 이쪽은 잠잠했어요. 아마 돌아가신 건 처음 무너진 때랑 거의 같았을 거예요.
어차피 안 되는 일이었다.
꼬아서 듣지 말고 무슨 뜻인지 몰라?
Yeah, it was beyond our control. There's nothing we could do.
불가항력이었다고 생각해요. 세일이 말처럼 우리가 깨어났을 땐 늦었을 거예요. 안타까운 일이지만 바꿀 수 있는 건 없어요.
Ooh.
불편한 얘기를 해서 미안.
Seal went up there.
우리한테도 중요한 과제가 있잖아요.
그래, 여길 무사히 나가는 거.
산 사람은 살자는 얘기를 되게 꼬아서 하네.
Jung-sung suddenly snorted.
좀 얼탱이가 없네.
넌 뭐?
으씨, 한참 조용하길래 먼저 구조된 줄 알았다.
헛소리 예정이면 잠깐 입을 닫아주는 게 어때?
급 애도 분위기인 거 이상하지 않냐? 솔직히 나 빼곤 전부 피디님 안티 아니었어?
Yeah. He loved her so much.
사사건건 기기고 뒷담 안 깠냐고.
생전에 그런 거랑 지금이 똑같냐?
After staring at In-ha for a moment, Jung-sung turned his head.
피디님 장례식에 상주 서시겠어?
나한테 하는 말이야?
내가 누나 보고 있었어? 그럼 맞는가 보네.
왜 그런 식으로 말하는데?
Cause he's upset that his bae is dead.
야! 막말 참면 혓바닥 갈라지냐?
막말? 순수한 마음을 매도하면 안 되지.
Jung-sung's eyes turned red. Aw, he's crying. It was like Jung-sung was a member of Sung-young's fan club. He never had complaints about any of her directions or instructions. Jung-sung liked what Sung-young liked and hated what she hated.
쭉 피디님 편이었던 나라도 짚어줘야 될 것 같거든.
You know what, at this point, I don't think there's much I can do for him. Jung-sung would be like, don't be rude to mom. Okay. I gotta defend Ju-young. I have to. I have to defend the queen. I have to defend Ju-young and In-ha. I have to defend both queens.
혜성아, 그런 식으로 말하면 안 돼. 일하는데 의견 차이가 있었던 거랑 지금 애도하는 건 다르잖아.
Jung-sung unthinkably folded his arm over his chest. He tried to suppress the aching pain in his heart.
너도 혼란스러운 거 알아. 힘들 거야. 그래도 이런 식은 아무 도움이 안 돼.
도윤이 형,
What the?
내가 가슴이 아파서 그래.
Okay. I did not know that would work. Okay, whatever, I guess. This guy... Man, I cannot read this guy at all.
머리도 깨질 것 같고. 어떻게 점점 더 이러지? 어떻게?
Their gaze toward Jung-sung softened.
너만 슬픈 거 아니야. 살아계실 때 다툰 거 사실이야. 지금 애도하는 것도 진심이고. 믿어줬으면 좋겠어.
누나, 혜성이도 알 거예요.
She was like, I don't give a fuck, I hate this guy. There was a heavy silence that lingered in the air. Some time has passed. In-ha spoke up while staring at the end of her feet.
베스타 폐지되려나?
그럴지도 모르지.
몇 달을 여기만 매달려 있었는데.
WBS야. 이것도 이용해 먹으려고 할걸? 베스타. 망해가던 쇼라고. PD님이 여기까지 뛰어났는데 그냥 끝내겠어?
그래서 앞으로도 계속 까불거리겠다는 거야?
쇼만 이어진다면 얼마든지.
We are all sad people. Yeah, we're just all sad.
이어질지 말지는 우리가 정하는 게 아니야.
남의 일처럼 말하네? 꼴등도 의지를 다지는데.
순위, 폐지, 지금은 그런 게 중요한...
뒤에서 두 번째도 어쨌든 꼴찌는 아니란 거지? 쇼에서도 상황 궁금해하잖아. 안 끝날 거라고.
You know, he keeps saying stuff about being last place, so like, I'm wondering why he's so obsessed with it. Oh, I don't like that sound.
무슨 소리 안 들려?
Oh snap!
무너지는 거야?
Dust flew around when the debris fell.
다들 괜찮아? 설마 이렇게 점점 더 위험해?
Everyone's faces turned pale. It was the first tremor they had felt since finding the body. It was natural for them to feel restless. A large steel plate came falling down that almost crushed Jung-sung. We have to save the angry boy.
미친다 진짜. 와. 구조대 코빼기도 못 보고 뒤지는 거 아니야?
다른 데 갈 데 없나? 찾아봐야 되는 거 아니에요?
아니면 구조대 확인이라도...
난 지금 연락 안 돼. 다른 사람은?
저도 안 돼요. 혹시 방금 진동 때문에...
방금 못 봤어? 나 진짜 한 끗 차이로 살았어. 산책한다고 치고 한 바퀴만 돌자 좀.
야, 다른 데도 체크는 해두는 게 좋을 것 같은데.
무대가 위험해질 수도 있으니까요. 더 무너지면 그나마 있던 길도 없어질지 모르잖아요.
세 사람 저렇게 얘기하는데
찾아보는 게 좋을까? 아니면
No, let's search around. We stay put here. I know in real life, I would probably like stay put and follow instructions, but this is the game, so we're gonna look around.
먼저 무대 주변부터 살펴보자. 상황이 계속 바뀌고 있으니까.
바깥 지시 없이 움직여도 될까?
무리수를 안 두는 선에서 길을 찾아보는 정도면
마냥 개는 것도 무리수라면 무리수 아냐?
Ooh, everyone went up.
대비 차원이라고 생각하자.
선택지조차 없어지기 전에요.
Ju-young and Kyo-hyuk looked around silently.
그럼 조심해서 돌아보자.
무리해서 찾으려고 하면 안 돼.
조금이라도 이상하다 싶으면 바로 말해. 조심하면서 돌아보자.
그럼 토끼일 데 없나 잘 디벼보자고.
The group carefully headed towards the area around the stage. Beleaguered. Let's look at the closest thing then. The judges section. Sung-young's body lays behind it. She was hidden from the view of the stage. There could be another collapse here, it won't be safe. Judges section. Tables and chairs for judges are located in front of the stage. Sung-young's body is not visible from the stage since they block the view. The audience area had been hit with the most damage. The ceiling had completely come down. There was an exit on each side of the audience area, but this one's completely buried. It would be hard to find anything from this side. This spot suffered less damage compared to the other side. An exit sign was dimly lit. There are some gaps where they could crawl through the wreckage. Audience area exit. An emergency exit is near the back of the audience section. People escape through that exit. Underneath the collapsed ceiling, a small chasm could be seen. He checked the audience area but couldn't find any safe spots. He looked towards the right of the stage. The focus of Jung-young's attention moved from the broken steel frame to the ceiling. This side looked much worse. The steel frames completely gave way here. It was a matter of time until this place collapsed more. This was the steel frame that was used to support this roof structure. The force must have been intense enough to bend this steel frame. Bent steel frame. A steel frame was bent as a result of the stage collapse. It's still holding up, but it won't last for long. There was a staff corridor to the right of the stage. It's blocked by a pile of concrete rubble, so it seems to be impossible to open the door. They could also use the exit on the other side to get to the backstage area. It won't hurt to check out the other side. Right passage. A staff-only passage linked to the back of the stage. In order to use the passage, a pile of concrete blocking the rubble, the entrance must be removed. The right side of the stage looked pretty bad. There could be additional collapse. They walked to the left side of the stage. Oh, this looks much better. This spot had suffered less damage compared to the other side. The steel frame was the only thing holding the ceiling up. Do-young looked up at the ceiling. Thanks to the steel frame, this side remained intact. All they could do is pray that the steel holds out until the rescue team arrives. Ceiling. The ceiling above the audience seat has collapsed. The ceiling above the stage is still holding up. It could fall down at any time without a warning. It was the staff corridor leading to the central corridor behind the stage. It looks better than the one on the other side. What awaits behind the door is unknown, but it might be possible to get to the waiting room through this exit. Left passage. A passage for staff leading to the back of the stage. It looks relatively safe without any fallen debris or damage. After investigating the stage, the group reassembled.
좀 어땠어요?
난 무대 뒤 왼쪽 통로 쪽이 괜찮아 보였어.
중앙 복도로 들어가는 문 말이죠?
잔해도 적고 문 상태도 괜찮아 보여.
닫혀 있던데. 열어보려고 해도 괜찮을까요?
글쎄, 거기까진...
역시 관객석 쪽 비상구가 제일 나은 것 같네.
The one with the tiny hole that's barely being held up by debris that could collapse on you while you're crawling to the exit? That looks like the best option?
다들 글로 탈출했다며. 우리도 가보자.
무대 뒤 오른쪽 통로는요? 거기가 비상구랑 제일 가까워요.
문 앞이 다 무너져서 가지도 못하잖아.
네가 말하는 관객석 비상구는 멀쩡하냐? 오른쪽 통로는 자네만 조금 치우면 갈 수 있어.
관객석 쪽은 벌써 탈출한 사람들이 있다니까. 이 정도면 품질 보증 아냐?
지금은 다 내려앉았잖아. 사망 보증이지.
틈으로 수그리고 가면 될 거라니까.
When he puts his fists to his face?
됐고.
I think all his looks are pretty good, if I'm being honest.
그치만 오른쪽 통로도
The right side is more heavily damaged than the left side. The back of the stage could be accessed via the left passage. All other passages have been buried. The group's opinions were divided on the issue.
난 확신이 안 서. 넌
무대 뒤 왼쪽 통로가 좋지 않을까?
관객석 쪽 비상구는 벌써 탈출구로 쓰였다니까.
무대 뒤 오른쪽 통로가 비상구에서 제일 가깝다고요.
Do-yoon was also there when he looked around the stage. Which would be the most safe and suitable place?
아무래도 가볼 만한 쪽은
Left passage. Everywhere else, I'm just seeing like, dang, that is not safe. I'm not gonna risk it. The building here could also collapse, so let's move to a safer area and wait for rescue. Just being more patient. Don't try to rush things when you're in rescue mode. Like, if you try to rush things trying to get out, trying to get rescued, you could probably just end up doing something worse. So let's go to safe and slow path.
무대 뒤 왼쪽 통로 같아. 누나 말대로 문 상태도 멀쩡하고 주변에 잔해도 적으니까.
도윤이 말이 맞아. 일단은 제일 멀쩡해 보이는 데를 확인해야 돼.
문을 열더라도 아니 괜찮을지.
겉보기에도 위험한 데 가는 것보다는 나을 거야. 이런 상황에선 안전빵으로 가야지.
저쪽이 비상구랑 가까운데.
검증된 탈출구를 쌩 깐다고?
결과에 승복들 합시다. 베스타 출연진답게.
Dang, angry boys being angry because I didn't pick their routes. I'm sorry. Sometimes we do just want to get out though. Yeah.
문 열어볼게요.
혹시 모르니까 같이 하자.
As brothers, as bros, we do everything together. The door suddenly flung open. Suddenly the place began to shake again? Oh crap!
관객석 쪽이에요. 더 무너졌나 봐요.
Oh snap.
저기 반대편도 그래.
Well, look at you guys! I guess I picked the right part. A cloud of debris came falling down in the audience area suggested by Jung-sung, and the right passage suggested by Seal. If we had gone that way... Do-yoon shuddered at the thought.
여긴 멀쩡해. 벽이 지탱해 준 건가?
다행이야. 큰일 날 뻔했어. 상대적으로 멀쩡한 이유가 있었네.
Let's not rub it in anyone's faces, though. Steele raised his hand.
여기 다 같이 들어가요?
갑자기 뭔 소리야?
몰려갔다가 갇히기라도 하면 그것도 문제니까.
나눠서 들어가자고?
복도팀 무대팀 쪼갤 거면 난 무조건 복도팀이야.
Jung-sung stared at the wreckage of the audience area. The rest of the group also surveyed the surroundings.
꼴을 보고 있으니 가보긴 해야겠어.
가서 길이 없으면 결국 여기로 돌아오는 일만 남아.
무대가 그렇게 좋으면 개기고 있든가.
Seo cleared his throat.
의견을 말해본 거예요.
Seo was going to take the lead, but then changed his mind and backed off.
그럼 들어가시죠.
육갑을 떤다. 나 먼저 가.
Jung-sung confidently walked toward the door. Seo, now left behind, bit his lip nervously.
다 죽는 길을 찍어놓고선.
세일아, 가자.
네.
Some Scooby-Doo stuff there. Oh?
개살벌하네.
무대보다 훨씬 캄캄해.
머리랑 발 조심해.
워치로 후레쉬 같은 건 안 돼요?
이게 만능인 줄 아냐?
손전등 기능은 없어. 가져다 대면 조금 밝아지는 정도야.
Doyoung put the watch closer to the dark area.
진짜 택도 없네요.
조심하는 수밖엔 없어. 통로나 멀쩡한 데가 있나 찾아보자. 너무 오버하진 말자고. 분위기 이상하면 바로 콜.
길 파악되면 대충 수첩에 그려볼게요.
The group carefully moved. Ooh. I am tense right now.
확실하게 막혔네. 이 뒤가 출구였지?
나가서 긴 복도 하나 더 있죠. 거기도 무너졌겠네요.
뒤로 나가는 다른 길은 없어?
내 기억엔 없네.
여기가 유일한 출구예요.
Doyoung stepped on the debris and tried to move the door. The door didn't budge, as if the back was completely blocked as well.
안 되겠어요.
그럼 어쩔 수 없...
이나야, 괜찮아?
문 앞에 오니까 공기가 좀 매캐한데? 여긴 더 볼 것도 없어.
A smell.
스텝 휴게실 사실 두 번
실제로는 출연자들이 썼으니까.
공간 설계부터 틀렸잖아. 분장실 너무 좁아 터졌으니까.
밀려난 스텝들은 안쪽 복도에 구겨져서 대기 탔고요.
억울하면 출연자 하시던가.
One of the contestants.
내가 말을 말아야지.
일단 열어볼게요.
Oh, it's locked.
안 열리는데.
Or something's blocking it.
힘의 가리 없이 하면 돼? 형, 좀 비켜봐.
They could see a pile of debris through the crack of the door.
무너졌네, 여긴.
문이 천장을 떠받치는 상태인지도 몰라.
그냥 두는 게 좋겠어. 남자 화장실? 영 찝찝한데?
Hey, is the gameplay too dark on your side? Because it looks a little brighter on mine. Just let me know if it's too dark and you can't see. I can try to see if I can put a filter to make it lighter.
죽자 사자 하는 판에 찝찝하고 말고가 어딨냐?
여자 화장실만 들어가지는 상황이었어도 그럴래?
당연하지. 살려면 뭔들 못하냐?
말 참 예쁘게 한다.
말만 예쁘게 하냐? 생긴 것도 예쁘지.
Just like my face? Oh my god.
물이 필요해질지도 몰라.
구조가 늦어지면 갈증 날 수도 있으니까요.
일단 확인해 보자.
오케이, 한번 가보자고.
Bit brighter? Yeah, let me see if I can change anything. Nope, that's not it. Does that look a little better? I think it's less bright now. No, that is not what I wanted to do at all. That's not good at all either. I think we'll keep it here as it is. Oh, it's brighter now. I guess I can stop that now.
거울이 깨졌어요. 어딘가 무게를 받치고 있다는 거죠.
Oh, there's some water.
수도꼭지도 고장났어. 고인물이라면 쓸 수 있겠지만.
솔직히 말해서 그닥 안전해 보이진 않네.
장기적으로 괜찮다고 보긴 힘들겠어.
The rest of the group surveyed the area as well.
나가는 게 좋겠어. 허탕이네. 쌀 때라도 있으니 다행인가.
말 막 싸지 마라.
Everybody poops, okay? People poops.
싸다고 한 대 맞을래?
싸가지 조금 챙길래?
저기 그만!
세 분 헛소리 그만하고 나오세요.
난 아무 말도 안 했는데.
I didn't say anything, bro. Come on.
어쨌든 나오세요.
Oh, it's dark again.
장애인 화장실이야. 겨우 한 칸짜린데.
Oh. Is it a little brighter now? I think it's a little brighter now, so.
다 낑겨 들어가야 할 판이네. 그나마도 안 열려. 꽝이네.
근데 이제서야 생각나는 건데 장애인 화장실 문은 자동문 아니었어?
Oh.
사실 구색만 맞춘 거예요. 필수 설비 중에 하나라 그래서 막 공사한 거죠.
이 정도로 날림 공사를.
뭐 됐고.
Okay.
버리자.
Yeah, I think I'll keep it like this then. I don't know why it was so dark on the other end.
분장실이야. 문짝은 그나마 멀쩡해 보이는데?
열릴지도 모르겠어요.
Seal slowly turned the doorknob. The door opened with a creak.
이게 출구면 대박이었는데.
힘 빼는 소린 넣어둬.
안을 확인해보죠.
오케이, 들어간다.
Oh, it's our dressing room, I think. That can't be good. Seeing all that thing.
깜짝이야. 으이씨.
마네킹 한두 번 봐? 뭘 시겁하고 그래?
허연 게 떡하고 있잖아. 지도 펄쩍 뛰어놓고 내가 못 본 줄 아냐?
Inha walked right past Jung-sung, who was fuming with anger.
상태는 그럭저럭 괜찮아 보이는데? 여기서 버티면 어때?
The group surveyed the room.
좁은 방에 있다 무너지면 더 심각해질 수도 있어.
천장이 더 내려앉으면 문이 안 열릴지도 모르고.
벽 위쪽 갈라져 있어. 아무래도 무리수였나 보네.
아, 뭐 건물을 이따위로 지어놨어.
You got that right.
건 무대였다는 결론이 날지도 모르겠네.
갈 데가 없으면 그렇게 되겠죠.
더 볼 거 없으면 나가자고.
Oh, the women's room?
여자 화장실 딱 봐도 무너졌어요.
문이라도 열리나 봐봐. 보시다시피네.
문이 이 정도면 피하는 게 나아.
아예 안 움직여?
궁금하면 땡겨봐. 너무 세게 하진 말고. 자, 각 나왔지?
그래. 여긴 안 되겠어.
Wow, this door looks
여기-
completely intact.
분장실 뒤로 돌아가는 문이지?
맞아요. 스태프들이 중앙복도를 피해서 다닐 때 쓰던 길이죠. 좁은 데다가 창고 대용으로도 써서 지저분할 거예요.
그래도 확인은 해보자.
The door easily flung open.
스태프들은 왜 중앙복도를 두고 여기로 다닌 거야?
거치적거리니까 그렇지. 복도 찍는 그림에 스텝이 걸리잖아.
출연자 서혜성님께서 잘 설명해 주셨네요.
Ooh, sarcasm there.
심했네.
저런 거 일일이 따지기 시작하면 끝도 없어요. 출연자는 휘둘리는 정도지만 스텝은 아예 쓰고 버리는 말이었어요. 어쨌든 복도나 확인해 보자고요.
가보자.
Oh, looks pretty intact in here. Saw little cracks though, so that's
미리
worrying.
듣긴 했지만 정말 좁아 터졌네.
평소에도 스텝들끼리 스텝이 꼬이고 그랬어요.
말장난이 나오냐?
넌 가엾지도 않냐? 그 많은 스텝들이 요만한 복도에서 뛰어다녔다는 게.
글쎄다. 억울하면 출세해야지.
Dang, dang, dang.
하기야 무대보다 먼저 네 개념이 무너졌지.
네 시건방진 꼬라지를 보는 내 억장도 무너지는데?
혜성아, 거기까지.
네네, 2등 말씀이신데 침묵해야죠.
여긴 문이 몇 개야?
4개요. 들어온 문 빼고 볼만한 건 분장실 뒷문, 중앙복도 출구 쪽 문 정도예요.
남은 하나는?
스텝 대기실 문인데 아까 보신 것처럼 거긴 무너져서요.
The group walked toward the door in front of them.
이게 분장실 뒷문이지?
열어볼게요.
Oh, locked as well. Do-yoon turned the knob, but the door did not open.
잠겼나?
잠시만요.
The posters are more creepy now that they're all messed up and everything. Yeah, it does add that ambiance. It's like, this isn't what they want anymore.
문이 천장을 떠받치는 것 같아요.
Stop it. Hey. Lamau, please, second place has spoken, so please stop being a baby. He turned it harder, but nothing happened.
그런 거면 무리해서 열 필요 없어.
열어봤자 결국 분장실로 통하는 거잖아.
그래, 여긴 그냥 두자.
Do-yoon stepped back from the door.
다음은 안쪽, 중앙복도 출구 쪽 문이야.
진장!
발 조심해.
벌써 걸렸거든요?
이 문은 정확히 어디로 연결돼?
중앙복도 끝이요. 무너져 있던데.
열어도 출구 따위는 없겠네?
열리는지만 확인해 볼게.
Nope. The door opened outwards, but the debris stopped him from opening it any further.
종이장만큼 열리네.
나가봐야 중앙복도 끝이에요. 큰 의미는 없어요.
그럼 여기까지인가?
나가자.
다 둘러본 것 같아.
우리한테 있는 선택지가 뭐였죠?
크게 두 개야. 무대로 돌아가거나 여기 어디 머무르거나.
여기라면 지금 있는 중앙복도랑 분장실, 스텝복도, 남자 화장실 정도네요.
라인업 완전 별로네.
무대로 뺏고 하기도 거시기한데. 조명 좀 살아있는 데로 가는 게 좋지 않겠어?
그런 데는 화장실, 분장실, 스텝복도야.
그나마 화장실?
그나마는 무슨 그나마야.
거울 깨진 거 못 봤어? 거기 벽 천장을 버티고 있다고.
천장 무게는 어디든 다 버티는 중이지.
문도 하나야. 갇혀버릴지도 몰라.
문 하나인 것도 다 똑같잖아.
Men's restroom. The mirror on the wall is broken, the floor is wet. There's only one exit linked to the central corridor.
분장실은 앞뒤로 문이 두 개긴 한데 공간도 넉넉한 편이고요.
다른 데 비하면 넓어 보이지.
벽에 금 같잖아. 거기도 천장 버틴다고 할딱거리는 중이지.
뒷문은 열리지도 않았어. 문은 한 개나 마찬가지야.
다 아닌 거면 무대로 돌아가는 쪽에 한 표 던질게요. 차라리 트윈 쪽이 나을 것 같거든요.
Dressing room. Inside looks fine, but the entrance to the staff corridor is damaged. So you can get there only from the central corridor.
복도는 안 되나? 문 3개잖아. 물론 2개는 못 쓰지만.
야, 그럼 문 한 개지? 좁아 터진 데 한 줄로 앉아서 도라도 닦자고?
내가 언제 거기가 짱이랬냐? 그리고 좁든 말든 무슨 상관이야. 넌 어차피 페이터나 조질 거면서.
Just roasting this guy. A narrow passage behind the staff lounge and dressing room. It can be used to access the door leading to the central corridor. All other doors are blocked.
나도 너무 좁은 데는 별로야. 계속 애쓰는 중이긴 한데 너무 좁은 데는 가슴이 답답해서. 차라리 여기 중앙 복도에 있는 것? 어둡긴 하지만 아예 안 보이는 건 아니잖아. 상황 봐서 분장실이든 무대든 가면 되고.
Central corridor. A central passage in the back of the stage which is linked to the men's restroom, staff corridor, dressing room. Exit at the end of the corridor is impossible.
전 와서 보니까 무대가 제일 나은 것 같아요. 바깥에서도 다른 데로 피해 있으란 말은 안 했고 복도 끝은 벌써 무너졌어요. 언제 더 무너져도 이상할 게 없고요. 결국 제일 안정적인 건 무대 아닐까요?
그치만 무대로 돌아가면
그래, 무대는
Sung-young's body was in the stage area. The two of them didn't finish their sentence, but everyone knew what they were going to say.
무대 쪽 공간은 아직 여유가 있어요. 심사위원석 쪽으로는 안 가도 될 거예요.
The conversation ended by them listening to each other's different opinions.
안전하게 버티는 게 목표인데.
그냥 각자 원하는 대로 찢어져?
개인 플레이는 넣어둬. 한도윤, 너는 뭐 할 말 없어?
어쩌는 게 좋을 것 같아?
내
Let me see right now. So these are the options: staff corridor, men's room, dressing room, or the stage. Like, I do like how the central corridor lets us have options to go anywhere, though, in case something happens. But our bro wanted the stage too. But it is really dark in the central corridor. This is actually pretty tough. It's either between the central corridor for me or the actual stage. Like I said, the central corridor, you have options. You can go to any of the rooms you want that we mentioned. But our bro wants a stage too, which is pretty set up. Then again, a lot of the stuff did just collapse at the stage. By the way, Seal drew this while we were walking. He's pretty good drawing this pretty quickly. You know what? I'm sorry to our bro, but I gotta pick the central corridor. It's just we have more options to do in case something happens. And we can get to the stage and rescue comes really quickly.
영희 누나 말대로 여기 중앙복도에 있는 건 어때?
깜깜한 데다 천장까지 낮은 여기에 객에다가 잘하면 골로 간다니까.
Ooh.
언니 말이지만 이번엔 반대야. 차라리 무대가 낫겠어.
그런가?
난 괜찮아.
The conversation stopped briefly. Oh snap! The ground shook for a moment and dust flew from the ceiling. Yu-hyuk shook his head while brushing off the dirt.
역시 무리야.
The group slowly took a look around.
빠져나가야겠어.
가는 건 좋은데 어디로?
다른 방법이 없.
They put their heads together, but there was no solution.
돌고 돌아 빠꾸야? 삽질 제대로 했네.
Big Oos? I mean, at least we got Jung-sung to go up.
떠날 때보다 조금 더 무너진 것 같아.
복도에 있을 때 흔들린 것 때문인가?
지금 보면 여긴 피할 구석이라도 있어. 돌고 돌아 원이 치네 진짜. 여기 상태 구조대에게 말해야 될까? 내가 걸어볼게.
Inha called the rescue team and the group quietly listened in. Every time there was a noise, Inha frowned.
아이, 귀 째지겠네.
됐고, 뭐래?
상황은 알겠다고 그러네. 스테이지에서 기다려달래. 딴 데 돌지 말고.
여기라고 대단히 안전한 건 아닌데.
좁은 데 있는 쪽이 더 위험하단 뜻이겠지.
일단 시키는 대로 하자. 딴 방법이 없어.
Their nervous gaze wandered around the stage.
그저 페이터가 나긴 해.
Dang, this boy is
또
addicted.
뭐라고 싸질러 놓게?
내 똥 내가 싸는데 무슨 상관이세요?
Yeah. I know we've been getting pretty bad with him. But you know what? I just can't agree to just posting in this kind of situation. Even though I've been posting too, but like, that was to progress the game, okay?
혜성아, 배터리를 아껴둬.
뭐? 배터리? 이것 좀 하는 걸로 배터리 안 닳거든? 페이터까지 하라 말아야. 내가 뭔 사이코라서 이거 보고 있는 줄 알아?
아이,
너 초조해서 그래. 후달린다고.
그런 뜻으로 한 말이 아니잖아. 진정해.
다들 아무것도 모르면서 피디님이 그렇게.
ooh, sad boy.
왜 그래?
혜성아, 괜찮아?
Oh, things are getting ominous.
뭐 이상한 거라도 봤어?
Jung-sung raised his hand, his eyes red.
미친놈 하나가 튀어나왔어.
There's a wacko.
또 페이터 얘기냐? 아 좀!
넌 빠져. 알지도 못하면 개 황당한 놈이 나왔다니까?
왜? 뭐길래 그래? 누구 얘긴지 알겠네. 나도 지금 봤어.
Do-young also raised his watch and checked Bater. Hello, I'm Sung Yong-shin, the chief producer of B-Stars. Rest assured, I'm already dead and the 5 contestants trapped there will be dead in no time. Oh snap, things are getting interesting. The 5 contestants deceived you from the start, and now all of them are preparing for the finals. You must make them pay for what they've done.
이게 뭐야?
Eyes, big eyes.
뒷골 잡는다.
이게 뭐라고 공유까지?
재밌어 죽겠다는 거겠지. 이 미친.
공유가 전부 동의한다는 뜻은 아니지?
맞아. 비난하는 뜻도 있을 거고 제각각이겠지?
어쨌든 공유하는 자체가 퍼뜨리는 거라고.
글 올린 계정 프로필 사진도 따로 없어.
하나 새로 팠겠지. 개소리 씨부리겠다고. 닉네임 말곤 정보도 없어. 익명 계정이야.
저런 거 꼬이는데 너무 마음 쓰지 마세요. 머리만 아파질 뿐이라고요. 다들 그럴 만한 위치시잖아요.
Seal shrugged his shoulders after a brief stare.
베스타 시청률 아시면서 얼굴도 이름도 다 팔렸는데 이제 길 가면 지나다니는 일반인은 아니잖아요. 아직 정식 데뷔 안 했고 소속사 케어 같은 것도 없지만
Seal stared at Inha.
재능과 매력을 세상에 알렸던가. 인성 개차반이지만 운빨 인맥발 죽이는.
Oh?
말하면서 뭘 야려?
Jung-sung and Seal's eyes meet. Seal looked away.
아무튼 준 연예인. 그러니까 유명인이시잖아요. 관심, 질시, 응원, 비난, 반응은 제각각이죠.
유명인 좋지. 좋은데 이 상황에 젖된 소리까지 들어야 돼?
Wow, I wonder who it could be. That makes it sound like you know who it is, but you know what, Tasso? You do since you finished the game. But I'm actually pretty curious too. Can't let this person off the hook. Better not respond. Ignoring is a good idea. Trying to stop a fan, like a flame war on Twitter, is like the most ineffective thing you could ever do. So like, I would never try to do this, but I don't want to upset Inhale more, because she doesn't feel like it. I'm gonna do this. Why let them run amok?
가만히 보고만 있어야 돼? 멋대로 떠들고 있잖아. 이쯤 되면 한마디 해야.
Oh, everyone's going up.
맞아. 암만 그래도 죽은 사람 사칭하는 건 아니잖아.
Oh. Oh, okay. That's what you meant. It was that who Jung-sung could know to get him in the show. That's what you meant. Oh, okay. That makes sense. There is a bit of like difference between us because I'm on normal latency, so it's gonna be a little delay. So that makes sense. Ooh.
PD님 흉내나 내면서 찌꺼리고 죽여버리.
Seal sung his hand in the air.
잠깐만요. 페이터에 불났다고 맞벌려 오시려고요?
피디님 돌아가신 건 우리랑 제작진하고 구조대만 알 거야. 그럼 쟨 뭔데? 모르면서 떠드는 거지. 사고는 났고 피디님은 실종이니까.
Ju-young wiped the beads of sweat from her forehead with the back of her hand.
깊이 빠지면 휘둘리는 거야.
Yu-hyuk sadly looked at Do-yoon.
공유수에 미쳐서 아무 소리나 떠드는 계정 널렸어요. 되는 대로 지르다 스툴리면 계정 폭파하고 튀는 애들이라고요. 일일이 휘둘리면 안 되는 거 아시잖아요.
왜 하필 닉이 S 승연이냐고.
굳이 PD님을...
뭔 억하심정이라도 있는 건가?
그러고 보니까 PD님 이상한 편지 받았었어.
A strange letter, you say?
이번 촬영 전이었을 거야.
얘기가 갑자기 그런 쪽으로 튀냐?
하필 닉을 저렇게 쓰니까 생각난 거지.
Strange letter. Hyo-sung claimed that he had seen anonymous blackmail that had been sent to Sung-young just before the show. It was comprised of magazine clippings. They didn't react on Vader, but the atmosphere didn't die down. They tried to ignore it, but their eyes were fixed on their watches. They felt restless, stuck at the site of the collapse. They wanted to connect with the outside world somehow. But it was chaotic out there too.
헤이터, 싸움 나는 분위기인데?
Without thinking too much, Do-yoon looked at his watch. Wow, a new troll has arrived. But it's extremely unconvincing telling a lie that someone still alive has died, lol. I saved your post just in case and reported him to the broadcasting station. Just wait to be sued, lol.
밖에서 볼 때도 황당하겠지.
역시 공유수가 전부 공감한다는 뜻은 아니었어. 뻘소리에 놀아나고 싶은 사람이 있겠어.
Everyone, look forward to it. The show's not over yet. From now on, the real survival audition will begin. Now I'll introduce the top 5 members to participate in the survival audition.
다시 소개 좋아하네. 또 뭔 미친 소리를 짓거리려고?
5th place, Jung-sung Seo. I gave him a lot of support as he has good looks, but he's deluded himself into thinking he's really good. I did everything I could to push Jung-sung up the ranking. I got involved in the editing process and pressured the judges. People say that birds of a feather flock together and that we were similar. That's bullshit. Don't compare me to such a talentless kid.
사람 아주 개털로 하네.
4th place, Do-young Han. He left the band and gained a lot of popularity, but at the same time, he seemed to suffer from people calling him a betrayer. Do you think Do-yoon and Masquerade were so close with each other? Then I did a great job editing. He called it false accusation that he was a betrayer, and some fans really believed him. If he thought it was unfair, he should have explained himself or resigned. He's just waiting for controversy to blow over, but he should act more aggressively to go up in the ranking. Third place, Inha-oh, a cute girl. She has so much talent when compared to Jung-sung. Aren't you curious how this talented girl came out of nowhere?
설마
She hasn't talked about her past on TV yet, but many people think that that's part of her mysterious concept. Do you think she didn't want to talk or that she couldn't talk about it? What's she really like when not on stage?
아무래도 좀 이상한데?
Ooh, he's getting in everyone's business. First place, as always, Yu Hyuk Lee. He was born into a rich family, inherited excellent music talent, and received a good education from his parents. A man truly born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He has talent and works really hard. He survived a scholarship from his university. He received a scholarship from his university. How likely is it that a rich student to get a scholarship intended for low-income students? I really respect him for his elaborate effort to make the best out of nothing, which includes stealing precious opportunity from someone else. So another student couldn't receive the scholarship, but that was because they hadn't done their best, right?
가로챘다고?
And here we are with Ju Young. What do you know about her? Remember Beloved? Her own team that she destroyed? Or a panic attack that occurred when her luck was down, gaining her a lot of sympathy votes.
인정표?
After she left the group, Ju Young spent her free time working in a cafe as a barista. But just in case you didn't know, coffee is well known to aggravate panic attacks and depression. Her first panic attack occurred when she left her group, but she didn't have any while she was serving coffee as barista. And then it came back on stage when she was in trouble. Interesting. That's about it. That wraps up today's introduction of the top 5 contestants. Please look forward to seeing the real Survivor show. And don't forget to vote. The top 5 contestants are showing no remorse and talking mindlessly without knowing that they are trapped there for punishment. They left me to die. But they will pretend as if nothing bad happened after they rescued and continue to deceive their fans. I'm sorry, but I won't let it happen. You will pay for what you've done. I'm always watching you. Even right now, I'm watching every one of you.
대가를 치른다고?
Dang, this is creepy. Like, for real, I have chills. This is legitimately creepy. They are trying my patience. What they're saying seems plausible. That's bullshit. They don't know what they're talking about. Let's go with that's bullshit.
어디서 이따위 소리를 마음대로 떠든다고 다가 아니야.
닥치고 있을 때가 아닌데 이건.
Jung-sung gritted his teeth, but his face was pale.
빠져나간 거야, 뭔가가. 뒷투사했다는 루머 있었잖아. 그런 게 빠져나가서.
Investigation rumor. A rumor that B-Star staff conducted background checks on the contestants before the scope of the contract in search of ideas for the show.
달달 떨기는 캥기는 데 있어?
The stakes have risen? My blood pressure's rising too. Everything's rising.
왜? 너도 전과 달았어?
Inha's eyes widened.
말 조심해. 범죄자 주제.
개정색이네. 정답 인정이냐?
Ooh,
잠깐만요. 스텝이랑 관련자도 비밀 유지 대상이에요. 떠들다 걸리면 소송감이라고요. 스텝은 입이 있어도 없는 거예요. 진짜로요.
S승 글 모호하지만 그럴싸해 보이게 썼어. 느낌이 이상해. 불길하고.
oh, that is a face. That is a face. He is Suspicious, upset.
아무것도 모르면서 대충 쓰는 게 맞나?
Jung is an anonymous Fader account, which appeared out of nowhere. The user behind the account was getting lots of shares and influenced the Fader community with offensive remarks. Stories about the contestants that were embarrassing for all of them. There were stories that even contestants like Jung weren't aware of. Feeling discouraged, Jung looked toward the rest of the group. Their blank complexions gave away nothing. Were they feeling perplexed by the unexpected exposure of their past? Or were they frustrated about the lies spreading throughout the internet?
마냥 당황하고 있을 때가 아니야. 이야기해보지 않으면 상황은 악화될 뿐이야.
Do-yoon bit his lower lip. Well, dang. Well, that was a trip. A lot of stuff has happened. I think this is a good place to turn it off for tonight. But dang. Things are getting intense now. Stakes have been rising, like you said, Tasso. Lots of things are gonna happen. But yeah. Oh my god. My thoughts on this is just like insane. It's like, is it really someone? Was it really? Yeah, it's a good cliffhanger. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like I usually end it at 2 hours, and it's like the perfect time to end it. But yeah, lots of stuff. It's just like, is it really someone who doesn't know anything, just making vague views? It could even be like one of us if you don't think about. And I also thought it was weird that they talked about Ju-hyuk instead of Ju-young before. Like, because he was going in order until he got to Ju-hyuk and Ju-young. Because Ju-young was second into first place, while Ju-hyuk was actually first place. So it's weird that he talked about her last. I thought that was weird. Yeah. It's just lots of stuff. Yeah, I also love this BGM. This BGM is really good. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where the story takes from here. It's really good. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm gonna end it here tonight. I'm gonna get some food and everything. But yeah, super exciting. Really can't wait till when the next part happens. Yeah. Thanks again for joining me tonight, Tasso, and anyone else who joined in. I see that I saw a couple people also here. Yeah. But yeah, if you're ever here, you can leave a comment in the chat or comments down below whenever you want. It's really weird though. Lots of stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here tonight. You guys have a nice night then, or wherever you are. See you guys later.